In the tumultuous year of 2022, many nations, as well as supranational organizations, have experienced some level of rise in domestic cost of living. The UK has seen a historic rise in domestic consumer product inflation, and the EU experienced higher grain costs than usual due to the recent Russian invasion of Ukraine. In China, the commercial housing industry is at a perilous edge after the fall of the mega corporation land developer Evergrande, and wealth inequality between Eastern and Western China has become a topic of social discussion. This video, as part of a GP product, aims to discuss these issues in multiple perspectives. In Europe, the Russian invasion of Ukraine and Putin's energy war on the European Union has caused a substantial rise in gas and energy prices. Oil prices slumped at the start of the pandemic, but demand has rocketed back since and have hit a 7-year high, which is a 27% increase in price. Moreover, the current economic crisis in the UK have exacerbated the problem with its catastrophic governmental mini-budget, which has increased inflation for basic products both in the UK and in the EU. To put all this into perspective, for an average UK citizen, it will be cheaper to go on a month-long holiday at a 5-star hotel than to stay at home.
For our primary research, the majority of respondents are over 16, implying that they have a relatively higher understanding of their current income standards. Generally, we understand that perceived level of income sufficiency in Europe is lower than in China, though the difference is relatively small. However, we can confirm that many acknowledge that the fundamental reasons behind the current increase in cost of living is a combination of COVID-19, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and general global inflation. Moreover, it is clear that Europeans are further influenced by this rise than the Chinese respondents, presumably due to current geopolitical circumstances. This provides a multitude of cultural perspectives.
It's related to the cost of living. We buy in a higher price, so we need to increase our prices. Everything has been increased nowadays. Because our prices is being increased up to 40%, but we couldn't increase our prices in the canteen 40%, so it was something between, we shared it. Okay.
I have got very no idea of the aware of the economic situation in Europe, because maybe Asia is a little bit not far away from Europe, but actually we really have no idea of what's going on right now. And in China's news, there is nothing about the economic situation in Europe.
Well, the way people work has changed a lot. We've got a lot of people that are working more remotely, and there are different professions that have been affected, and people have changed their profession or their career because of the effects of the crisis. And also certain things are becoming more and more automated anyway, so we need less people to do kind of jobs that do not require especially specialties or experts, and then you need more people with like degrees, but they're not enough jobs for those people, and it becomes like a vicious cycle.
In China, partly due to their zero-COVID policy, many low-income groups working in small to medium enterprises have begun to see decelerated payroll growth, or sometimes pay cut, while cost of living rises gradually. Despite the cheaper cost for energy and gas due to their geopolitical relations, with high financial inequality evaluated by GNI indexed, the gradually rising cost of living and the comparatively lesser growth of average salaries, and the arising problems of youth detachment from normalized work schedules. The financial situation is a serious reckoning for the government and for its people.
The economic increasing ratio for the last quarter is only about 3.5%, which is quite low compared to the previous years or last 10 years.
So, in the face of this rising cost of living, what can we individuals do to improve our own lives? Well, first of all, we can and should reduce daily consumption. To voluntarily reduce energy and product consumption is a major part of reducing demand, and therefore reducing the price of energy. In Europe, the EU has rolled out plans and directives to reduce consumption and to encourage each country to stock up on gas for the winter. For example, since petrol is still at a high price, perhaps you could use public transport and encourage others around you to do so. You'd be doing the environment a great favor as well. Furthermore, you could choose to store more energy-efficient appliances and methodologies, such as insulating your homes better, as this will also reduce the cost of heating and other expenditure.
As the global energy market begins to see a certain level of stabilization, we may gradually see the resolution of this current cost of living crisis. However, as we are not yet out of the woods, we should still be wary of its impact on our own daily lives and strive to develop ways to reduce its influence on our lives. Thanks for watching.